Welcome to Stoner Watch, Mandalorian Season 2, Chapter 13, The Jedi is here. Stoner Watch, a YouTube story, men and women t-shirts, now available on Teespring.com. Help support the show by getting yours today. I'll have a link down in the description. Written and directed by Dave Filoni. Now, we have a runtime of 47 minutes. Now, without getting heavy spoilers right off the bat, I want to say I like this episode a lot, and it seems like third time is the charm for Dave Filoni, because I think he's getting way better at directing live action, at least in my opinion he is. Now, there are two possible plot twists that they threw at us this week, and I find very surprising and very, very interesting. I think it raises a lot of questions. Well, at least for me it does. Keeping up with the weekly rankings, I'm going to have to say that Favreau and Filoni are tied for first, followed by Weathers, Howard, then Reed. Now, I'm not saying that anybody else's episode is terrible or just filler. This is just how I feel they fit in what I think is the overall story for the season. So, where do these episodes rank with you? Let me know in the comments down below. With that being said, I am now heading into spoilers. Rosario Dawson makes her debut appearance as Ashoka Tano. I thought she did a pretty good job overall. Now, I know there's a lot of fans out there that think it should have been Ashley Eckstein, since she was the voice actor for Ahsoka in Clone Wars and Rebels and narrated the 2016 Ahsoka novel written by E.K. Johnston. I have to admit, I had to adjust a little bit at first watching this episode, hearing a different voice, but it didn't take me out of the show. And again, I think Dawson did a pretty good job. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Michael Biehn comes in as Ling the Gunfighter, though I don't remember hearing anyone say his name. Let me know in the comments if you did. Now, they don't tell us much about this character, and since he loses to Mando in a quick draw, I guess we don't really need to. But he is the hired thug for the episode's villain, the Magistrate, played by Diana Lee Innocent too. We find out from Ahsoka that the Magistrate is Morgan Elsbeth, a Clone Wars refugee turned Imperial. She worked for the Starfleet, plundering worlds for their resources to build the Imperial war machine, destroying them in the process. While this backstory is pretty interesting and the fight between her and Ahsoka was really cool to watch, obviously she was well trained to use that Beskar bow staff, but it's the question Ahsoka asks her when she loses that really has my interest.
Now tell me, where is your master? Where is Grand Admiral Thrawn?
Because when I heard this, I was like, what? Because the last time we saw Thrawn, he was going on a trip to the unknown regions with Ezra Bridger in the Rebels series finale. In the series epilogue, Ahsoka and Sabine go looking for Ezra after the war between the Empire and the Alliance is over. Is this part of that search? Where is Sabine? Does this mean that Thrawn has made it back out of the unknown regions? What happened to Ezra? Let me know in the comments down below what you think. After Mando and Baby Yoda arrive on Corvus, the Magistrate tries to hire Mando to hunt and kill the Jedi. She offers a pure Beskar bow staff as payment. They give him the coordinates to find the Jedi. Then after tracking through the woods, he's attacked by Ahsoka Tano. Able to deflect her lightsabers with his armor, he tells her he was sent by Bo-Katan and they need to talk. That is when Ahsoka notices the child. Ahsoka and Baby Yoda sit across from each other. No words are spoken. We find out that she and Grogu can feel each other's thoughts. Mando asks Grogu. She says, yes, Grogu, that is his name. He was raised at the temple on Coruscant and trained by many masters over the years. After the Clone Wars and the Empire rose to power, he was hidden away. Now, I find this very interesting because I think this blows the Yoda clone theory out of the water, at least in my opinion, because if he was at the temple before the Clone Wars, then obviously he's not a clone, but this kind of gives credence to him being Yoda and Yaddle's love child. But Ahsoka says she only knew Yoda that was the same species as Grogu. Does this mean that she didn't know Yaddle? Grogu. I don't know, man. I think Lucasfilm is going to have to work really hard to get this name to stick because it doesn't really roll off the tongue like Yoda or Yaddle. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Ahsoka tests Grogu for his Force abilities, who's reluctant to use the Force until she gets Mando to connect with him. She says she senses a lot of fear in him and he has a strong attachment to you, then refuses to train him. Mando, not understanding why, says you've seen what he can do. She says his attachment makes him vulnerable to his fears, his anger. Mando says all the more reasons to train him. Ahsoka says, no, I have seen what such feelings can do to fully train Jedi Knights. Obviously, she's referring to Anakin Skywalker, but does not go into details. Ahsoka says she needs to finish her mission at the village. Mando says he will help her with her mission. In exchange, she helps see to it that Grogu is trained. After the battle, Ahsoka gives Mando the Beskar bow staff and says it belongs to a Mandalorian. She then asks where is the child. Mando says he's back at the ship and I will go get him. When he gets back to the crest, Grogu is snoozing away in his hammock. I have said this several times. It amazes me how they get Mando to show emotions when you can't see his face, because you can clearly see it's breaking his heart to give up the child. When Ahsoka arrives at the ship and still refuses to train him, Mando says, "You made a promise and I have lived up to my end of the deal." Ahsoka then says there might be one more possibility. Go to the planet Tython. There you will find an ancient ruined temple that has a strong connection to the Force. Place Grogu on the seam stone at the top of the mountain. Mando asks, then what? She says Grogu will then choose his own path. If he reaches out in the Force, there's a chance a Jedi will sense his presence and come searching for him. But then again, there isn't many Jedi left. Now, since Ahsoka isn't the Jedi to train Grogu and we're off to the planet Tython to find maybe another Jedi, who else is out there that we know of? Luke Skywalker? Grogu is not mentioned in the sequel trilogy, so probably not. I saw what I think is a fan-made art of what Mace Windu would look like if he survived his fall at the end of Revenge of the Sith. I saw an article or an interview saying that Samuel L. Jackson asked Lucas if Mace Windu survived. Lucas said yes. I think he did. So maybe we could see a Mace Windu return to train young Grogu. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Now, my buddy over at All Things Top 5 said to me yesterday this was kind of like watching Clone Wars in live action. I definitely can see that and totally agree. But I also think that the episode with Bo-Katan felt like a Clone Wars / Rebel episode also. Now, I wonder if Ahsoka asking about Thrawn was just a setup to that rumored Ahsoka series. Guess I have to wait and see on that one. Now, we only have 3 episodes left in this season, and I just can't wait to see what happens next. Let me know what you think in the comments down below.